Okay, welcome back. Okay, I'm not sure. Like, we just had a massive internet cut. So, listen, we're not stopping the show tonight. We got so much content to drop. I ain't even stopping the show. I ain't even tripping about that. All right, so we're back up. We're back up. Okay, I see everyone is here. So, Denise is back. Shelly's, I see you back. All right, everyone, sorry about that. I'm not sure what just happened. Looks like we lost internet connection temporarily. So, we are now back here. And if you're hearing me, just drop a one in the comments below. Let me know so we can continue with the show. All right. Just drop a one in the comments if you're hearing me. And let's jump right back into it. All right. So we're actually picking back up. I'm going to give some persons some time to actually jump on. Okay. One. Perfect. 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 Yeah, there we go. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Share this thing again. Share this thing on Facebook. Let's get it back up here. Don't sweat it. Nothing is going to be stopping the show tonight. Nothing is going to be stopping this show. There's too much important information here for me to allow anything to stop the show. So let me just turn off all unnecessary windows so that we can get this thing going. Right. So, like I was saying before I was rudely disrupted by Mr. Internet, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your fitness level? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your fitness level? Let's get it going back up. And also, if you aren't hearing anything, okay, everybody's saying that they are hearing, which is good. Everybody's hearing me. Perfect. So go ahead and share. Okay, 5. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your fitness level? 1, I can hardly climb the stairs without feeling out of breath. 10, I can comfortably do high intensity type workouts for 40 plus minutes. So everyone is there. Okay, so we got it coming in now. So we got some 5, we got some 6, we got some 8s. Right. Got it. Got it. Perfect. 5. Shadina is back up. Makeda, hey, good to have you, sis. All right. 5. Perfect. Perfect. So, as we can see here, everybody is coming in at a different fitness level. And what I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you the 5 steps that you can use starting tonight to improve your fitness level. Because there has never been a time in history quite like this one. And the only protection, I've said it last week and I'll say it again, the only protection that you really have when it comes to fighting diseases is your body's own immunity system. Exercise has been shown to improve your body's immune response. So, a great place to start is by bringing up that fitness level. So, if you put anything less than a 5, I'm going to show you some ways in which you can bring that fitness level back up so that your immune response can also continue to improve, because our goal is to make our bodies healthy, to be habitated, and also we want to create like a fortress. Our immune system is supposed to be like a fortress. So it doesn't matter what comes up, what shows up, we are going to be able to battle the storm out. So step number 1 is to set a goal and write it down. Now, I know this sounds like a cliche, and let me explain it to you. Saying I want to be fit is not a goal. What does fitness mean to you? Does it mean being able, as we used the example before, does it mean being able to climb the stairs without feeling out of breath? Does it mean being able to walk for 20 minutes comfortably? Does it mean being able to climb the hills leading up to your place? What does fitness mean to you? When you say you want to become fitter, what does that mean? We have to go a little bit deeper than that. So when I say set a goal, I need you to create a definition of what improved fitness looks like to you. So let's just use the example. Being able in the next 30 days, I want to be able to climb my stairs without feeling out of breath. So that is an example of setting a goal and then writing it down. Now, there's power in writing stuff down. When you reduce a thought, and there have been studies that show this, when you reduce a thought to an actual written down or transcribe it on a paper, there is some level of power that goes into it. I don't want to sound all metaphysical, but when you actually write stuff down, it changes it from just becoming an idea to now becoming a reality. So the first thing you want to do, set a goal, improve fitness. Let's define that. I just give you an example. The next 30 days, I want to be able to climb the stairs without feeling out of breath. Now you fill in the blank. In the next 30 days, I want to be able to do in X. That is your goal. Now let's go ahead and write it down. That's step number one. Step number two, choose the activities you love. Now, the only way you are going to get results, the only way you are going to get sustainable results is if you stick with it long enough. So you choosing a routine, let's just use, for example, Zumba, and you don't enjoy, oh, let me go with something more boring, lifting weights, weightlifting. Let's say you choose weightlifting as your discipline for increasing your fitness level, but you actually hate weights, you actually hate lifting weights, you don't like the feel of them, you just don't like it. Do you think that you are going to sustain that long enough to see results? Obviously not, right? And when it comes to improving your fitness, you want to choose activities that you love, because number one, it is hard enough to do it, right? Oh, my slide is a little bit behind. Yes, number one, it is hard enough to actually do it, to get yourself up and do the fitness activity. So why add pressure to it by choosing an activity that you hate anyway? There are so much things that you can use to improve your fitness level. So much activities that you can do. Everybody doesn't have to go to the gym. Everybody doesn't have to lift weight. Everybody don't have to do HIIT, right? You can do things as simple as going for walks, walk on the beach. You can do things as dancing, and that's very popular amongst the ladies, especially. Like dancing. Zumba was a good example of that too, right? You can do things as spin classes. So you got a stationary bike, spin classes. That's a real great way of getting in shape. You can go for hikes as a couple. So you and your spouse can decide, okay, today we're gonna walk up. If we're in St. Vincent, we're gonna walk up Ponsonby. If we're in Grenada, we're gonna hike up to Granny Town. If we're in Trinidad, you have a coffee, so you have to stay home. Okay, yeah, but in Trinidad, you could probably do something in the yard. So you guys can walk around in the yard or do something as a couple, right? So you want to ensure that you are doing activities that you love. And sometimes you don't even realize the vast majority of fitness disciplines out there. And next one that is really trending now is boxing, kickboxing. I see all ladies doing kickboxing. And all you need is a glove and a bag to hit, right? And it's a really cool way as well to distress yourself after the day. If you've had a very long day, maybe you're dealing with demanding co-workers or demanding students, if you're back in school, internet schooling, Zoom classes, it's a great way to distress, and it is fun. But when we think of fitness, we're thinking of, okay, we're going to the gym, we're going to boot camp classes, we're going to be lifting weights, we're going to be on the machine, or we're going to be doing some sort of workout class. No, your goal when it comes to fitness, your goal is to get your heart rate up. So you can get your heart rate up with walking, you can get your heart rate up with skipping, you can get your heart rate up with boxing, you can get your heart rate up with dancing, right? And all of these things are fun. Now, in the comments below, do you think if you were doing fitness activities outside of the traditional, if you were engaging in fitness activities that you actually love, let's say you love dancing, do you think if you did that, you would have actually been a little bit further ahead in terms of your fitness level? The number that you put there, do you think that number would have been higher had you known that these activities could actually get you in shape? Do you think that number would have been higher? Put in the comments below. All right, so let me just get the engagement going back up. This is also a way of me checking my mic, making sure that you guys are hearing me clearly. I haven't seen the comments saying otherwise, so I trust that that is the case. Right? Of course, right. Of course, definitely. So you have definitely been a lot further ahead. Because you see, sometimes you put fitness in a box, but The goal of it, and I want you to write this down, the goal of fitness, when we say you engage in a fitness activity, the goal is just to get your heart rate up, right? At a basic level, getting your heart rate up. And you can choose from a multiple of activities to get your heart rate going, right? So you guys follow me so far? Okay, yes, definitely. Perfect. Great. Now, step number 3, create a schedule. Create a schedule. Why do you say this, Jason? Writing it down is a great step, right? Choosing activities you love, that's perfect. Nothing is wrong with that. As I just recommended, you do it. But when it comes to fitness, think about it, moms, think about it, wives. You've already got so much going on. Maybe you got to pick the kids up, wake up in the morning, make breakfast for the family, pack the lunches, create everything. In some cases, you have to drop the kids to school and then head off to your work. You got your own little drama going on there. Come on back home, repeat the process, create dinner, get everybody ready, get homework done, and then set them off to bed while you go to sleep thinking about what you're going to do tomorrow for the meals, etc. Right? I get it. I know being a mother, being a wife is a tough work. Life is already packed for you. So the goal of any change, in this case fitness, you have to make that fit into your life, not you changing your life to fit that into it. Because as you can see from what we just mentioned there, your life is already packed. Any shifting will tip the balance off, right? So let's just use that same example. Let's say that is what your routine looks like. You now need to find out, and point to note, your physical activity just needs to be about starting off just about 2 to 3 times per week. So whether that is walking, whether that is dancing, whether that is hiking with your spouse, it just needs to be done 2 to 3 times per week. A week starts from Sunday and it ends on Saturday night. So the weekend is included in the week, right? Some people think the week starts from Monday to Friday. When in those 7 days can you fit in your fun activity? And that's what it is. It's a fun activity. We just call it fitness, but it's actually a fun activity because you're going to enjoy it. You have already chosen one that you're going to enjoy, right? When in that time you're going to fit in that activity? Maybe you can do it on a Sunday because Sunday is probably a slower day for you. So that's 1 done. We need to get 2 more in. Now, you could either do it after work, depending on where you live. And this is just some ideas that I'm giving you. Depending on where you live, if you live close enough, you can probably walk home from work, and that would take care of that. Because in any direction, you need to, in any case, you need to go home, right? When you finish work, you need to go home. All you are changing is the method of arrival. So Monday to Friday, you have to go home. You could drive home, you could take the bus, and if you live close enough, you could walk home. Now, let's say your fitness activity is gardening. And look at it, I'm using all sorts of different ones, right? You probably wanted to get into gardening anyway. The gardening is going to help to cut some of that grocery bills because now you're going to be growing your vegetables instead of having to go down by Food Fair and IGA, Massey Stores, Epicurean to go and buy your food. So this now is fitting into your schedule and it is complementing things that you are already doing. Now, maybe you and your hobby, right? Say, we need to start spending some more time together. We're so busy with work that we hardly get time to spend together. So that was already in a list that you all need to spend time together. We are now bringing in the fitness to fulfill that spending time together. What are you talking about, Jason? You decide, look, 3 times a week, this is going to be our time to spend time together. And we're going to do it by taking a walk, a hike, or whatever the case is, a 30-minute walk. You are killing 2 birds with 1 stone. 1, you have already planned to spend time together. You just never had a way to do it. Number 2, you now have a way and you're improving your fitness level. You are improving the both of you, your health levels in the process as well. So those are some examples that you can create a schedule and find ways to fit this into your schedule. What we teach our clients and when we coach clients, we try and fit their workout, their changes into their schedule, not change their schedule to fit it in. Because that's a broken model. Eventually, habit is going to kick in and you're going to go right back to your old ways. So think about some things that you were thinking that you were planning on doing and see how you can introduce the fitness to make those things become a reality, right? That way, you can now create a schedule, you get that fun activity into your fitness. And ladies, as a side note, dancing, especially for those of you who love dancing, dancing is a nice way for you and your couple to bond, right? I'm giving you all these brilliant ideas. So, you know what I mean? You can't come back and tell me you don't know what to choose, right? And men, I know men listen to the show as well. So, men, these are some activities. She's saying not romantic enough. No problem. Let's pick up some dance classes. So, you know, building romance, you're building points. And I know Neil on the show, we have to talk about that 5 love languages. We have to bring it in one of these shows, Neil, one of these days, right? So you're now building your points there. You are now becoming romantic. You are now bonding, and you're also getting fit in the process. Now, if any of that makes sense, give me a 1 day so far. I want to make sure you're all with me. I want to make sure you're all following me along because I think, right, love it, love it. Facebook user, you had to click something there. I can't even see your name, but yes, I'll accept the love it, right? Look at so much ideas I've just given unto you. And in the comments below, list some of your favorite activities that, well, yeah, just list some of your favorite activities. So we had gardening, we had Zumba. And this is just to get you engaged. This is my engagement break right here. List some of your favorite activities. I already gave you gardening, I already gave you Zumba. Right? Neil has now left the chat. Right. So tell me some of the activities you like to do. Recently, guys, I've actually picked up kickboxing, and I've been doing it in some of my workout classes. I have some of my students here tonight. So I really like kickboxing, yeah? It's really fun. All right, Denise says dancing and walking. Hadassah, jump rope, resistance bands. Okay, Denise, let me just post you up there. Arlene, swimming. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Nice, nice. Lovely. Right? Playing netball during the week. Right, you see that? Right, sports. How could I forget that? Sports is the next activity that you can throw in there. So maybe you used to play netball in high school and now you want to get back into it. That's the way you get. You need to go to the gym. You don't need to go to the gym. Look at how much fun activities we've done here. Walking, redhead. Nice to have you, by the way. Walking, attending to my flower garden. Right, a lot of women like that, yeah? Right, you see? Look at activities, and you're getting some live examples here. So I hope you're jotting things down. I hope you are jotting things down. So come next week, you should have told me what 3 activities or what activities you would have engaged in for the past week. All right, so get yourselves ready. All right, so those are some of the things that you could actually do, right? Now, step number 4, and this one is very important. Very important. Now I'm going to jump back to something I said earlier, why I said that forget self-motivation. Being self-motivated could only get you so far, right? I'm telling you from experience, there are going to be times that your motivation will take a hit. A lot of you, like everybody on this show, this is the first time I can say everybody on this show has experienced the effects of COVID, right? When COVID hit, it changed our entire outlook on life. High levels of uncertainty. We wasn't sure what to expect. We wasn't sure if our jobs would be there 6 months after. And as a result, anxiety levels went up, priorities started shifting, we began getting more nervous, and life was just a big blur. That is a lesson itself. Life will happen to you. You would come with the best intentions to get in shape, and things that never came in your way. All the time you weren't being healthy, them things never come in your way. But the time you decide that, you know what, I'm going to start working out, I'm going to start dancing, gardening, whatever, all sort of hell going to break loose. I'm telling you from experience. And what are you going to do? You might battle with it for a little bit, but eventually it's going to wear you out. On top of that, motivation is a depletable resource. So your level of motivation and will at the start of the day is a lot higher than it is at the end of the day. So if you're using willpower, self-motivation to get you along, that will only get you so far. And this is why you need accountability partners. Case in point, if you are doing it as a couple, right? If you're doing it as a couple, then your spouse can be your accountability partner, because it's less than likely two of you will feel unmotivated, not working, not wanting to work out at the same time. I've seen it in my own group. Some of my private clients, they told their husband, listen, this is what I'm intending to do. And sometimes when they fall off, I'll be bringing them on track, even though he's not in the program, right? Because you have stated publicly that I intend to work out 3 times a week. I'm going to be doing dancing. When I fall off the track, check in with me, right? At the end of the week, you have them, or you report to them on the amount of times you worked out. So your goal was to work out 2 to 3 times a week. You know, come Sunday, you have to give a report as to how much of those goals you actually hit. Did you hit 2 or did you hit 3? And that in itself will drive you to actually work out where you don't feel like. The fact that you have somebody doing it with you, whether it be a girlfriend or a co-worker or your spouse, like I just mentioned, they would pull you up when you're weak. When that 4 a.m. reach and you feel like just rolling over and sleeping, and that alarm clock is ringing hell hard, telling you to jump out of bed. It's our 30-minute walk or 30-minute jump. It's our 30-minute live class with Jason. You sleeping hell hard, but you already tell your husband, hey, listen, make sure I show up for at least 3 of these classes. Probably going to touch you and say, hey, time to move, time to move, time to work out. And this is the benefit of having accountability partners, because they will help to keep you on track. On your own, you can't do it. I've seen it multiple times before it happens to me. There are times I don't feel like workout. And last year I had a little accountability group with some of my clients. And it was something that we used to kind of get through COVID. And I would wake up and be like, not feeling like working out today. But then I jump on the Facebook group and I would see the ladies posting pictures of them working out. And I'm like, how could I as a coach not want to work out when my clients are there working out? So that in itself was like a accountability partner for me, or accountability partners, because they were doing it and posting proof. I now had to keep up with my students because I know I had to post a picture. I know I had to show evidence of my working out, and that in itself helped to keep me on track. Now, am I making sense so far? Before we continue, I'm going to always be doing these check-in breaks. I want to make sure nobody's sleeping on me, and you're supposed to be having a notepad there writing that. So let's go here. All right, mommy says she likes to do gardening, walking, and squats. Perfect. Junique, you like dancing. Great. Perfect. Hazel, she likes outdoor games with her granddaughter. Yeah, and that is good, eh? Playing with your kids or your granddaughters, you can't outrun a 2 to 10-year-old. These children have energy for days. So that's a great way to check your fitness level. Try and keep up with them. And if you're not, in the next 30 days, you should at least be able to keep up with them for 10 minutes. In the next 60 days, you should be able to keep up with them for at least 20 minutes, and so on, right? All right, so everybody say you're making sense. Perfect. So that's step number 5. And the last and final step is to be better than last week. But what do you mean? The goal here is to improve your fitness levels, right? Let me give you a case in point. Let's say last week you were going to do walking for just 15 minutes. You say, you know what? This week I'm going to walk for 15 minutes. Now, when next week comes, you can't walk for 15 minutes again. You have to add something to that, because every week you're supposed to be pushing yourself. You're supposed to be challenging yourself. You're supposed to be improving. So you have to walk for 20 minutes. And week number 3, 25 minutes. Week number 4, 30 minutes. And let me give you all a quick tip, right? There are 3 ways that you can improve the intensity of your exercise. 3 ways to improve the intensity of exercise. 1, you can increase the duration. So like I just gave you, increase the time that you're doing it. Number 2, you could reduce the rest. So if you're doing HIIT type workouts, I said this week you're resting 30 seconds. Next week, you rest for 25. The week after, you rest for 20. The week after, you rest for 15, right? And the last way is to increase the weight. If you're doing resistance type training or resistance bands, you're using the blue band. I have these bands here. Yeah, I got some bands here. Right? So let's say using this week, you're doing it with the red band. Next week, you can't be on red band again. No. You have to go up to purple band. And then the week after that, you go up to green band. And you keep improving. So what you are in essence doing is challenging your body. And your body has no choice but to grow, to meet the demand that you're putting on it. Because if you're just doing the same thing over and over, eventually your body is going to become adapted to it. That is how we survive. It's called homeostasis, right? Our bodies adapt. So that which was once challenging a week ago or a month ago will no longer be challenging now if we do it with the same intensity, duration, and weight. I use the week examples here. You could be improving it at the end of the month. So I was just using a week just to speed it along. So maybe you want to, let's say you're doing it for 20 minutes for this month. Next week you do it for 25, etc., etc. Right? So the goal is to be increasing, and of course, go at your own rate. Go based on what the recommendations from your healthcare professional, I must throw in that disclaimer, gives to you, right? But every time you want to be progressively increasing the intensity of that workout so that your body has no choice but to grow, develop, and change. And when you check back in, you should be finding that your fitness level has improved gradually, or depending on the intensity you went, dramatically, right? So these are some of the tips that I would do if my fitness level dropped back to zero and I had to start from the bottom up. Now, these are also the tips that I'm doing with my private clients. So like like last week, for the last 2 weeks, we're doing HIIT. So we did 30 seconds rest. Last week we did 25 seconds rest. Tomorrow we'll be doing 20 to 15 seconds rest. So each week they're getting stronger. Same workouts, but the rest periods is being dramatically decreased, right? And if you apply this, you will find that stairs that once gave you trouble to climb, that hill coming up to your home, that you would catch your tail, as they would say, to climb up that, piece by piece, it will become easier. The second thing it does for you, it gives you confidence. It boosts your motivation because you are now seeing progress from when you first started. You can now measure that progress. It's same like weight loss. If you're doing a weight loss journey and week number 1 you see, okay, you're down 2 pounds. Week number 2, you're down 3 pounds. Week number 4, you're down 4 pounds. Would you want to stop? Obviously not. But if after 30 days you haven't lost a pound, you'd be like, hey man, this is not working. This is not working. And you would give up. And when you push yourself and you're now able to see that your fitness level has improved in that time period which you set out for, you may go now to tackle our next discipline. So you may have gotten the fitness out of the way. Yes, I'm happy with my fitness level. That is great. Let me challenge myself some more. So maybe you might switch from dancing to maybe doing HIIT. Then after you've mastered that, you might start doing kickboxing or just straight up boxing. You might start picking up the weight resistance training. You master the fitness, maybe like, okay, that is great. I have that under my belt. Now let me try and work on my nutrition. And you repeat the same process. The same 5 steps we give here, repeat the same process. So let me just recap them once more, just to make sure you all got it. Because the most important thing in any of my show is to ensure that you implement, right? So step number 1 is to set a goal and write it down. Being fit is not a goal. Being able to climb the stairs in the next 30 days without feeling out of breath, that is a goal. Being able to walk comfortably 15 minutes without having to stop for breaks, that is a goal in the next 30 days. That's a goal, right? Number 2, choose activities you love. The only way you're going to get benefit from this is if you're able to sustain it long enough to see those results. So if you choose things that you hate, you are adding pressure to an already hard discipline. So choose things that you love, and that would make it a lot easier. Step number 3, create a schedule. This is supposed to fit into your life, not you shifting your life around to fit this into it, because you already got enough stuff going on. All right. And step number 4, set accountability partners. This could be your spouse, it could be other ladies who have a similar goal as you, and you bring them in as well. And this will help to keep you on track. And step number 5, be better than last week. Every week you're supposed to be improving. Every 2 weeks, whatever your timeline is, you're supposed to be better than the last time you did the workout. And I'll actually stick with that every week. Every week you should be improving. Even if it is improving by adding just 1 pound to your weight, taking 1 minute off your rest, going for 1 minute longer, you should be improving every week. Because as you improve, you push your body, and your body has no choice but to change, to adapt. And you will find that hitting your goal will become a lot easier. Now, the final step, implement. We can come on these lives all day long, every Sunday night, and you never implement anything. And guess where you would be a year from now? The same place you are today, maybe even worse, because age would have caught up, right? So these steps that I give you, write them down, implement them, use them.